A lot of people who go to the gym are just obsessed with weights. They're trying to hit the 2 plates on the bench press, 3 plates on the squat, 4 plates on the deadlift. But they never ask themselves, why are we actually doing this? Why are we trying to go as heavy as possible? And the reason they never ask themselves this question is that it's actually pretty obvious. They just want gratification, they want validation. Because it's so much cooler to say, oh, I can bench press 130 kilogram compared to, oh, I've been doing flies with 15 kilograms on the cable machine and my chest is growing a lot, right? There's a massive difference. The people want the first option because it makes them feel, strong, manly, powerful. But in reality, they don't really care about it that much. Like, you're hyper optimizing going into these powerlifting programs, doing the lift 7 times a week to get the most volume possible. But why? You're not even enjoying it by the second week, and yet you keep going because I need to lift more on the bench press, guys. It's so ego. It's so wanting to feel special, feel stronger than others, and sure, that's cool, but you don't really care about that. When you take off your clothes, you look in the mirror and you flex. It's not really how much you bench or your squat, it's just how big you are, right? And this is what you care about. So why are you trying to get stronger? Why are you making it your main priority when you care about hypertrophy, looking big? And you know the best way to look big? The most important muscle to train to get big? It's your shoulders. Because nothing gives you that V-taper more than shoulders that go, instead of being here, they just fucking go like right here, bro. Like, imagine my frame, but my shoulders were right here. It would be a massive difference, and I'll try to get to that. Not only do they enhance this V-taper that, everybody loves, it's just common knowledge. They also just make you look fucking massive, bro. Like, you put on a shirt, you put on a hoodie, yet something here is sticking out. Nothing gives you that effect, right? Because out of any muscle out there, arms, back, chest, shoulders are the ones that if you see a guy have them at 2x size fucking boulders, you would not mess with him, right? And the problem with shoulders as well is people just use this mentality of getting as strong as possible. And so they try to lift like 2 plates on the overhead press, 80 kilograms on the overhead press. But the problem with that is it massively targets your front delt. Massively, bro. And you know that the front delt isn't what gives you this 3D look, what makes you wide as fuck. You know this. It's just this like little piece of meat here, nobody gives a shit about it. You want to be wide. So why would you try to be as strong as possible on the overhead press? Again, because of ego, because you want to be strong, powerful, manly. And here I can excuse you honestly, because the OHP is the most manly lift out there. No joke. Sure, the deadlift is kinda close because it's just so much weight, but bro, getting in this position and just pushing the fucking weight up, nothing beats that. But we have to ask ourselves, what is our priority? What are we trying to do? The goal is to get big. The best way to get big is to increase your shoulders. The part of the shoulders you need to target is the lateral delt, to look wider, to look 3D. How do we do that? It's not done through presses, man. It's done through lateral raises. A lot of lateral raises. I know there's this trend. It's been a trend in the gym community, like just spam lateral raises, bro. And people have started to kind of complain about it, like don't listen to these TikTok influencers, but it's honestly kind of true, bro. This lateral delt is the most important muscle in the gym, probably. And how do you target the most important muscle? With lateral raises. So what do you need to do? Well, lateral raises, right? You can do dumbbell variations, cable variations, all of this good stuff. Give me a second, bro. Please keep watching. I'm begging you, please keep watching. Okay, we've got 2 minutes. The thing is, right, you know this, lateral raises are important, you do them. But what happens is, since that this lighter movement, they don't need so much weight, they're kind of like, it's lateral raises. People do them by the end of the workout. And what happens with that is, After you've done bench, pull-ups, rows, overhead press, incline press, curls, push downs, your lateral raise is an hour and a half after you've been lifting. And you're just so fucking tired, you barely do them, you like half-ass the shit. And you're literally sabotaging yourself, bro, because you're half-assing the most important lift of the day. Because you're doing it an hour and a half after you've started. Like, what's the point? You're so tired, you're exhausted, your nervous system barely works. All of this shit here is barely functioning, and that's when you choose to do your lateral raise. Like, doesn't make sense, right? So, the best tip I can give for shoulder training is just do them in the beginning, bro. Sacrifice a bit of the ego, accept that you're not gonna do just as much weight on the bench press or the pull-ups or whatever your day is, or maybe the overhead press. You're not gonna be able to lift as much weight because you're not going first. But the way to grow these boulders is through targeting this. Specialization is what it's called. You know, if you're trying to get the biggest bench possible, right? You do it a lot of times a week, 2-3 times a week, with a lot of sets, and you do it first thing in the workout. If we apply this same logic to lateral raises, so do them first when you're fresh, when you're ready to go, when you're ready to hit failure as a fucking monster. And then you also do them at 2-3 times a week to get them optimal volume and frequency. And you don't only do one exercise. You do dumbbells, for example, for 3 sets. Then you switch to cables to hit them from different angles, different parts of the muscle. There's no way that your shoulders won't go from this. It's impossible. And when it's impossible that your shoulders won't grow, it's impossible that you won't get bigger. Doesn't this sound cool, bro? It's impossible that you won't get bigger, that you won't get massive from this. You just gotta take a hit to the ego, lower the weight on the main presses, do them at 2, 3rd, 4th exercise, for example. And just prioritize what's important, man. You can still get stronger, don't get me wrong. It just can't be your number one if you're trying to get as big as possible. Okay? Hopefully you listen to this advice, bro. Bye bye.